Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about the male experience. You see, sometimes we as men, sometimes we get caught up in life that we forget to enjoy the simple things in life. And in this occasion, I saw an advertisement or an ad for this 007 exhibition going on at the museum, the Disabled Museum in Chicago. So I decided to attend. I invited a lady friend to come along with me. On the day of the actual exhibition, going to the show, she was late, so I proceeded without her and I instructed her to meet me there with an Uber. Right? She showed up later to meet me at the show and she ended up enjoying the show as well. You see, when it comes to these things, as complicated as they look, simple diversion like this, instead of sitting at home, it makes sense to pay and just go check these things out, because most of us men, we love cars, we love action movies, and these kind of events are actually in tune with the things that pique our interest. So in this case, I grew up on 007 and it made sense for me to go check out this 007 show. Okay, so at the end of the day, I ended up driving to this show just to show you, actually highlight on the cost of going to a show like this. It cost me nothing, just gas to drive over there. The valet was gonna be $40 or so. I ended up just parking on the street because there was free street parking. The tickets cost about $22, which is minuscule if you ask me. So $22 is not a lot just to get in and view this stuff and meet other people and socialize. And for that price, I got to see all the Bond toys that I fascinated me as a kid. Growing up in Africa, I always watched James Bond movies, and all these artifacts and all these gadgets that were used, I never thought I would see one day. So, I was dressed to the nine, and people noticed the way I was dressed, and I got a lot of compliments like, "You look like Bond" and stuff like that. People said that to me. So that was really impressive. It was better than sitting at home on the couch. It basically reinforced the importance of dressing well, right? And that is something that I needed to hear. Okay, so after pursuing perusing the Bond exhibit and looking around and seeing everything that it had to offer, okay, we got to see other exhibits as well, and and it was also enlightening. Seeing other exhibits was enlightening, and getting to experience them in addition to the Bond exhibit. So it gave us something to do, right? So basically, you have to be of a certain mindset to even start to value what the creators put together and the historical and cultural relevance of all these things that people curate to show in these museums, and how it's relevant to the future. My favorite part of that was seeing the Lotus experience from The Spy Who Loved Me. There was a movie called The Spy Who Loved Me, and that's the car right there. That was my favorite part of the whole exhibit, because I always fascinated about that car, because I confused it and I thought it was a Ferrari. Okay, that movie was a big deal to me because it was part of my introduction to the world of technology and advancement, right? How technology has advanced over the years, and not only that, it also exposed me to the intersexual dynamics of the male and female species, right? And in addition to that, it also exposed me to the female nature and how women interacted with weak and powerful men. So those were my earlier insight into this world as we see it, right? So it showed me how strong men actually interacted with women and how women responded in return. And it also showed me how weak men actually lost the attention of women over time, just for the fact, by their predisposition of being weak. So that was something that these Bond movies exposed me to. So this is something that I really recommend for guys to go see. As you can see there, they have the tornado forming thing. I started taking pictures, just to basically document my visit to this museum. It was such a wonderful experience. It was something that I needed to do. I wouldn't say need, but it was something I wanted to do, and I was glad I did it, because going there and just being in the midst of all those families and people seeing me properly and well dressed, and kids just looking up to me, seeing a guy just dressed like James Bond walking through the museum, it was just something that gave me an ego boost, if I should say. So and also coming all the way from Africa and being able to experience this Bond exhibit and seeing the actual equipments and gadgets and tools that was used in the Bond movie, it was just like a full circle. It came full circle for me, and I'm glad I experienced it. So at this point, we're just headed to dinner, to just go have dinner after the exhibit to actually sum up the evening. So all in all, I would recommend for guys to go do this. It was an overall good experience, and I would say, if you ask me, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it was a net positive.